This video, we're going to look at all of these dots that you see here. We're going to try to separate the file types, filter by file type. So first step is let's create a table. I'm just going to name my table source data. And now I'm going to present this in Power Query, where we're going to extract these delimiters of the dots. So I'll go to data and select get and transform data from table range. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to add a column and tell it to extract everything after the dot. So text after delimiter. I'm just going to type a period there and then press OK. And notice that all the file type extensions come out. So I'm going to name that file type. And then lastly, let's go ahead and select the file name again and do an extract text before delimiter as another period there. And I would like to change this to uppercase. So I'm going to go to the Home tab, click Format, and then Format's on the Transform uppercase. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay. We want to call this file name. Well, we already have file name over here, but so we'll just call it name. Okay. Awesome. So now I'm just going to click Close and Load. That's going to go to a new worksheet. Okay, so here's my source data. Name it there. Here's my transformation of the source here. And now let's test it out here. Let's discover how we can create two reports off of this. One that shows all new PowerPoints and another that shows all new QBO file types. So I'm going to go to my editor, right click, edit, and I would like to have another report basically start new after it goes through these steps here. So over on my queries, I can right click source data and select reference, which means pick up right after this information here. Reference. All right, now, so I'm going to call this QBO files. So I want to filter out the .qbo here. There we go. And I really don't need last modified. I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to keep it just like this. Okay, and then close and load to. I'm going to specify a worksheet here. Okay, there's my QBOs. Okay, then lastly, I'm going to have a PowerPoint here that has the PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to go back to the editor, right click, edit. Okay, so again, gonna come over here, right click, reference. Now I'm gonna filter out the file type to the PPTX PowerPoint. Name this PowerPoint files. Okay, and I actually this time I'm going to keep the last modified, the name. I'm going to keep everything here. Okay, let's hit close and load. This time I'll select a brand new worksheet. Table, new worksheet. Okay. I'll name it down below, PowerPoint files. All right. So now I've got 3 queries. I've got my source data here. I'm going to change my source data to be orange, and I'm going to change all my Power Queries to be blue. That's just kind of a setting that I like. I like to have my results to be blue. That comes out here. Actually, that's both of these are, I've got 3 queries. My source data, here's my source data right here. All right, I'm going to save. And now let's go ahead and add a brand new PowerPoint presentation. So let's just call this checklist.pptx today. And then I'm going to create a file for august.qbo as well. Okay, so now if I go to my data tab and hit refresh, I want you to pay attention to the rows loaded here. Refresh. 6, 3. Awesome. So it added the QBO here and it added the checklist here. That is awesome. Just awesome. One last thing to show how you can tell you've got dependencies. You can go into the query editor with right click edit. On the view tab, we can select query dependencies. So I've got my source data and I've referenced 2 queries off of that. So basically things would fall apart if I lost my source data query, then both of these would break as well. So this is just an important structure to just check your work and see where things are built out here. Because in the query editor, you'll see on the left-hand side that all your query reports, but you can't really tell which one's connected to what. You know, again, powerful trick here is when you can right-click and select reference, a little paperclip there, to build a query off of another query. It can be really helpful when you're setting up multiple reports that are going to eventually get filtered out, and that way you can keep the referencing intact and just keep the referencing going there. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. See you next video.